Hello everyone, myself Mansi Alance and I'm here to guide you through the basics of programming language C. But before proceeding with C, it's really important to know what programming actually is and as to what exactly is a computer program and why do we need a programming language. So, firstly, we need to understand the basics of programming and why are we using it and actually why we need it. And that's why this lecture is all about programming overview. So, my first question is why do we even need a language? Because language is a tool to communicate. We as human beings use natural languages like English, Hindi, Punjabi, or there are many languages to communicate with each other. Similarly, we need a language to communicate with the computer, that a language that computer also understands. So what language does a computer understands? Computer understands machine language, or we could say the machine code. So my next question is, why don't we write our codes for programs directly in machine language? It would be simple now. Because machine language is near about impossible to write. And if you are planning to write a whole program in machine code, it's like digging out a mountain with only teaspoons in hand. That is impossible to write those tiny bit of instructions for each and every line of your program is just impossible. So, as we know that a computer is a machine incapable of thinking, so it needs instructions to perform all its tasks. And for to provide those instructions, we need a language that computer understands. So these instructions are provided in the form of computer programs, which are developed by a programmer using a programming language. So we know that we use a programming language to bridge the gap between us humans and computers. And the language which the developer uses to interact with the computer is known as a computer or a programming language. And the process of using such languages to instruct the computer is known as programming or coding. So now we know that a programming language is used to bridge the gap between computers and humans. And one question is left. What is a computer program? A computer program is basically a set of instructions which we are giving to the computer to do our task. So now why do we need a programming languages? As in case of natural languages, a programming language also consists of a set of characters, symbols, and usage rules that allow the user to communicate with computers. But as I told you, computer doesn't understand words. So a programming language which we use to communicate with our computer has to follow some syntax rules to create an accurate program so that the communication with the computer can give us the desired result. In what happens in case of our natural languages is one can make oneself understood even while using poor grammar or vocabulary, but in case of programming languages it is impossible. The rules are very rigid and the programmer has to follow all its rules to make a proper conversation with the computer. You miss one rule and you miss out a whole sequence. So because computers lack common sense, the language needs to be very precise that we are using to communicate with the computer. Computer languages have relatively few exactly defined rules for composition of programs, and they have strictly controlled vocabularies in which unknown words must be defined before they can be used. Now, these programming languages can be classified into two broad categories. That is, one is low level programming language and another one is high level programming language. These low level programming languages are the most difficult to code because they consist of the machine language and assembly language, which are the most hardest to code, as I told you before. I have a little bit of definition for these two. Machine language is a set of instructions which are understood by the CPU of a computer, and these machine language programs can be directly executed by the CPU. And assembly language are the complexities of the machine language which led to the development of assembly language, which is called as the second generation of programming languages. Assembly language is basically a group of languages. Although there are hundreds of programming languages in this era, but of all, C is the most easiest to learn. And if you are new to programming world, this language is the best suited one for you. And also, why? Because C is the most basic language, and if you know C, you can learn other languages pretty easily, because it lays a very deep foundation for other programming languages to be built upon. C was developed by Sir Dennis Ritchie and also Ken Thompson of AT&T Lab Telephone Laboratories. It is related to Algol and Pascal in style, and it is the most general purpose programming language. It has a really efficient syntax, and it is a structured programming language. Now, what is a structured programming language? Structured programming languages can also be called as a procedural language. Why? Because the code we write is executed step by step, the order in which we are writing our code. Now, if we are talking about structured programming languages, let me elaborate it a bit. There are a lot of programming paradigms. One of them is structured programming. I may read them aloud for you. One is structured programming, another one is object-oriented programming, third one is functional programming, fourth is logic programming, fifth is event-driven programming, and sixth is concurrent programming. And also there are two more: distributed programming and database programming. These are all the programming paradigms which exist in this era, but our main focus is going to be on structured programming, because we are focusing on language C, and it is a structured programming language. Now, there are some key features of structured programming language that are: structured programming languages include recursion as an iteration. They have a sequential execution of instruction, as I told you. They use variables to represent memory locations, and they also use assignment to change values of variables. We are going to discuss them deeply later in later videos. Now let me move ahead. Now, to move forward with the coding stuff, you must know that the code you write, every code you write, is called as the source code. Source code is basically a plain text file that contains the syntax and proceedings of the program you are currently working on. That means the sequence of your program, how is it going to be executed or implemented, is all written in that source code file. It is a main file of your program. And when this program, the design of that program all lies in it. And when you save this source code file, you create another file that is an object code file. I'll be coming on that later. Now, first I should tell you how to create a source code file. To create a source code file, you just need to open text editors. You can either use text editors or programming text editors, which are basically text editor only, but with some additional features. And the code you have to write in it and just save it. When you save a source code file, make sure you put a .c file name extension at the end of your file, because we are using language C, that's why we are using .c, and it's going to be different for other languages. The source code is then compiled into an object code with the help of a compiler. The compiler reads the source code file and generates an object code file which has an extension .o at the end of its file, and it also uses the same file name as the original source code file name. Now, next we will see in later videos. Thank you for watching.